We have three issues. First is the cost of so-called good intentions. We've passed thousands of laws and regulations in the last 100 years, many of them well-intentioned, but virtually all have slowed the pace of innovation and economic growth. And there's no sunset for these laws. Something passed in 1930 is just as active as it is today, even though the country may have changed a great deal. Which brings us to the second point, is we have 19th century regulation and government working with, which is crippling 21st century innovation, or iPad. By the way, Apple's being sued for monopoly on the iPad in Europe. The third is we have an ideological and secular war waging about economic growth. We want it. The other side doesn't seem to want it at all. The Democrats remain obsessed with income inequality. They think it's a winning issue. And the environmentalists, of course, think that economic growth threatens the planet. I see I have the 30-minute cue here. Okay. Anyway, we've reached a point where economic growth is not something that we can take for granted in the public discourse. There's a big number of people in this country that think that environmentalism is more important, or that income equality or social justice is more important. And it's a good fight now. Somebody's idea of fairness might trump a short list for growth. And of course, the question I ask is, who are these people who get to define what's fair for the rest of us? So to wrap up, don't look to Congress for ideas, with all due respect to the politicians here. My view is that for the most part, they don't get it. They're lawyers. Lawyers are trained to look backward. Entrepreneurs are trained to look forward. In the second place, they're legislators. They want to pass laws. We don't need any more new laws. We need to get rid of a lot of the laws we have in order to free up entrepreneurs. And then finally, they want to get reelected, which means promising more good stuff for more people, making unsustainable promises, and we know where that's got us with $17 trillion in debt. So my suggestion is we take the moral high ground. I happen to believe that the notion of voluntary exchange between free people and a limited government, as opposed to government coercion, is a winning issue for our side when we make the moral argument for entrepreneurship. And I think if we frame issues increasingly in terms of the voluntary exchange notion, which is free people able to engage in transactions with each other, we've got a winning argument. We'll have most of America on our side, and we can bring the country back to where we want it to be. Thank you.